Hi, Tefl-Dude here, and today I'm going to show you how to install Pdf-xchange version 8 onto your Mac, together with its enhanced OCR function. It's only version 8 that allows you to do that on the Mac. Obviously on Windows you can do it with any version, but I've worked out this way around. It's really good. Now on my previous version I installed portable version 10 because you can actually run a portable and an installed version at the same time. And we did the portable version 10 because it has extra other things. It does do OCR, but only so that you can highlight words and find words. And it also has this where you can compare documents. It has the ability to add audio or video into the PDF. So that's good for PDF 10. But actually, it's the version 8 that we're going to focus on today. In fact, this document is opened with the portable version 10. And what do we mean by enhanced OCR? Well, what we mean is, if you have a look here, here are the two documents side by side. The one on the left, I used version 8 to OCR it, so it ends up looking like the one on the right. And if I just hold the control and wheel mouse here, I can zoom in and you can see how sharp the image is compared to this one, which is quite blurry and grey. And when I was doing that, if I wanted to, I could edit and change the text. As you can see, I changed the size of the picture. You can do a lot of things, and I removed the background. So that's why we want our version 8 to be installed. And once again, they can run side by side. You can have version 8 and version 10. I'll show you that at the end. So if you've watched the previous video, I installed version 10. Go ahead and watch that if you want that portable version. Today, we're just going to install version 8. Now, normally I would start by showing you how to install Wine first, and then I would install the version 8. But as you may well know, I did the other version first, version 10, and I've already installed Wine. Now, if you want to know how I installed Wine, you're going to have to skip this section and go to this period of time written here at the end of the video where I show you how to install it, because I'm kind of hoping that those who watched the last video will want to watch this and they already have Wine installed. So go to that section if you don't have Wine installed and do that first. So now we're ready to download version 8. But before we do, I just want to show you where it's going to go. So the other one was portable, so it just ran straight from the download. This one, it's going to install it inside the Wine. So let me show you where that is. Go to your user folders here, or just click on this little house. And then you'll see the folders, but you won't see the Wine because it's hidden. So you have to press Command, Shift, and full stop in that order. Right? Command, Shift, full stop. And so it's in the wrong order in purple there. And you can see here is the Wine folder. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll open that out just to show you the C drive, and it will be installed into the program files here. So I'm going to leave that open so that you can see it. And let's go and download the version 8. It is an older version, so I've got a link here in the description that I'll give you. Now, if for some reason this link doesn't work anymore, just type in old version Pdf-xchange 8, and any 8 version will do. It's usually this one. So here's the link. We're going to download it. Close out. Don't buy anything extra. And there you see it dropped into our file. Let's close out of this. Now, because I've got a window already open, I click on Finder. It won't open another window. You have to right click and New Finder Window. That's what I want. And over here, you'll see I'm going to go to the downloads folder. And there you can see our PDF portable. But here is the 8th version. It's still downloading. You can see the little clock. It does take a little while, so I'll pause. When it's finished, we'll open it. Okay, so here it is. Now, I'm showing you the folders where it gets installed because later we're going to have to know where it is, because we're going to make like an icon for it so that we can put it in the launch pad and see it without having to open the hidden folders all the time. So now normally you right click it. It should open with Wine. If yours doesn't, you really need to install Wine. Otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm going to double click. And here we're just going to install. So click Next. Agree to all the license terms. Next. And we're going to use the complete version. And we're going to use the free version. And you saw just over here, Tracker Software. That's where it will be. I could click Launch, but why don't I just tick that off and click Finish? And I can show you here in PDF here. It is this one here where it says pdf-edit.exe. And I'll double click that and we'll launch it now. And I'll just untick this and say yes for all users. And there we have it. We have version 8. Remember, you can still open version 9 if you wish. Or, sorry, version 10 if you wish. See, version 10. There are little differences. For one, you can see I've got this black bar here, which meant in order to change to the different toolbars, let me just open that last file. Here. Remember, in order to change to different tool, I had to make this link. I'll do the same for version 8, but with version 8, we don't have to do that. With version 8, let me just close this off. You can see with version 8 here at the top, you can just switch to the classic toolbars here or here. But be careful, if you double click the top, then you won't see that, and you will need to make a link for it. So if I double click again, you can see I can change between the different bars. So let's just open a document first, the one that we're going to OCR. I'm going here, File, Browse. It's in my file here. Here it is. And then here. And this is the file we're going to enhance. And there are two ways to enhance it. And I'm going to show you both ways because this is a 2-page document, as I'll show you here. And let's show you how to enhance this then. But first, let me add those toolbars. Remember, I told you about if you double click this to make it bigger, you won't see it anymore. So I'm just going to right click, customize. I've done this before in the other version, so if you know, you know. Put classic, and I'm dragging that down to the bottom where it will live, and I can change whenever I like. So if I change now, I need to make another one for the ribbon, custom, commands, ribbon, and put that there. Oops, there it is. And now we can switch back to the ribbon or the classic anytime we want, even if we have this black layer at the top. And in fact, for enhancement, it's really good to have the ribbon on, because you can go here where it says convert and you can OCR the page. And it's as simple as that. I'm going to show you how to OCR pages in two different ways. The first page, we're going to OCR with find page content. And this last one, what the last one does, it removes all the background colors, just gets rid of them. Sometimes it gets rid of pictures as well, so you have to be careful. But the second page, we're going to use editable text and images, because I just want to show you how it tries to keep everything original. It'll even keep the background color of the page. In fact, what I'm going to do now, just cancel that out. I'm just going to go here, thumbnail. Now here, I'm going to highlight that page and do Control-C to copy and Control-V, because on the document, it's Windows. So not Command-C, Command-V, Control-C. So Control-C and then Control-V. And there you see I've got two pages. I'm just going to show you the difference in them, that when you do one OCR or the other. And you can see already it says, oh, we're going to put a stamp on here if you click save. But remember, we're not going to click save. So just very quickly, on the first one, I'm going to highlight it and go to Convert, OCR, and we're going to do the first way, editable text and images. Actually, you know what? We're going to do the second way. For the reason is, I'll just explain later. We're going to do the first one. Take out all the background. You can untick these if you wish. I'm happy with that. It says selected page. Make sure it says that. And yes, agree. It will give you a stamp when you save. And look at that. All the orange background is gone. The blue background is gone. But unfortunately, as you can see, the lines have gone as well. And that's why you might choose the other way instead. So let's choose it, that one, then OCR, and this time we're going to do editable text and images. And in fact, I'm going to do both pages 2 and 3 that way. 2 and 3. And editable text and images. Okay. You see, and there it tried to keep the color, but it is quite difficult for it to do that. It tried to keep it one color, but it still made the text really sharp. And that's what we're happy about. It tried to keep the blue, but, you know, it didn't do so well. But notice what it did keep. It kept the lines. So now I have those lines. So that's the dilemma. If you want to get rid of the background color, just put the lines in yourself. That's what I'm going to do with this one. So I'm going to delete this page. I'm just going to right click and delete. Okay. So that's why I did the second one differently, so that I could keep the lines so I don't have to create them. But it's not a big deal. If you have it this way on the left, it's much easier because you can just make those lines yourself, you know. Change it to the classic toolbar, and that way you have, you can click the line, you can make it black, you can decide, okay, let's have a line here. Hold down the shift and you'll get that line. And if you think it's too thick, you can make it like that. But I think that is, yeah, actually the thin one is okay. Now, if you want it to stay thin, what you have to do is, I'm going to Control Z that, get rid of it. You have to click the line, make sure you click the line, and then change it to 0.5. So now, every time I do a line, it's going to be 0.5. But now you've done the two lines, in fact, I think that one should be there. That one should be there. So now you've done the two lines, just press, what am I pressing? Control and click. And now I've highlighted both of them. Or you could simply click away, click on selected comments, just drag them both, hold them, and then I'm holding the control key and I'm dragging down. Hold control, drag it down, and I've got it there. Use the arrow key to move it down. Hold control, drag it down, and now I've got it there. Hold control, drag it down, I've got it there. Hold control, drag it down, got it there. And there, now you can see I've got the lines. It was a bit of extra work, but with these, make sure you flatten them, because when you go to edit here, you can edit all content or text as elements, but basically when you try to highlight things here, it will only highlight what we OCR'd. Those lines won't be. So what you need to do is flatten everything. Comment, flatten comments, and just do current page. You could do all pages, doesn't matter. There. And now, if I go to, I'm going to undo that text thing. And now if I highlight all, look at this. I'm highlighting everything. And why is that good news? Well, let me show you. I'm going to click on the green, press delete, backspace, doesn't work. Control X, do Control X, and that'll get rid of that. Control X, Control X. And now what I can do, remember I've clicked on the edit here. I can just highlight everything. And I can hold Shift and drag the corner up. Look at that, I've made it a lot bigger. So that's the manipulation you can do. You can make sentences bigger, you can delete areas, mess around all you like. The same here. Now here, because it was not the enhancement the same, if I try to delete that green, I'm getting rid of the lines as well. See, it's all moving. So you might prefer the other way than this. I'm going to do Control Z to move things back. But I have other ways of doing that. I have other ways. I have this text box, which you can hide the green. If you didn't want to print the green, you could just do that. Have a text box like that. And then you just print in a red line. But if you want to get rid of the line, then you could just, it's very easy. You just click it and say no line, thank you very much. And here, no line again. And again, you just flatten everything. And it just becomes like that. So there are many ways to do this. And now you know how to OCR. Check the link above. I've got a real in-depth way about OCRing text and things like that. It is on the Windows, but it's the same program, yes? So don't forget to check that out. And I think that's all there is. If you want to know more about how to use the tools, like these tools, arrow, pencil, how to make them permanently blue or green, watch the video from before this, version 10 on a Mac, or watch this other link where I did it on Windows. It's a bit of a long video, but it goes on into the depth of the toolbar. Okay, so now we've done this. If I was to click save, you would end up with a stamp like this, boom, boom, yeah? We don't want that. So what you can do is, you won't be able to move any text anymore, okay? You won't be able to change the text. So do any changes you want now. If you want to change it 12 hours to 15 hours, you can do that. You can just, so you can edit text as blocks. Oh, that seemed to be a better way. And then I could do 13 hours a day. So you can change anything you want. One thing I forgot to do, I'll just click this edit. I can edit this picture. So if I click all content and I click on the picture and I hold the shift mouse, the shift button, I can make it smaller like that. And that's that. So I've done some edits. To save all this, what you need to do is go to convert and we're going to convert everything to images. Don't click save yet because you'll lose it all. And we're going TIFF. Make sure you do 600, otherwise it'll be blurry. You'll lose the sharpness. Sure, it's going to be a bigger file, but better that than anything else. Make sure it's TIFF, because TIFF will save it as a multi-page file. So if you had a 100-page document and then you saved it as a PNG, you'd have all the different pages. And that would be a waste of time, because you would end up with a stamp anyway. So saving it as a TIFF, save it as a kind of booklet, and it's apparently the best format to save it in. So remember where it goes, documents, click OK. Okay, so there's our documents, and you can see they've saved two TIFF files. This is the TIFF file, the latest one we did. So I'm going to drag that into this. I drag it on top, but it's going to create a new document. Ta-da! See? And if I zoom in, you can see it's still quite sharp. Obviously, it gets a bit blurry as you go in, but that's very sharp. It's very nice. There's no stamp. And now what I need to do, I can't, if I go back to the Switch Classic Ribbon, I can't highlight anything, yeah? Because now it's all just like a flat scanned image. So in order to bring that back, what I can do is open it up in the version 10. Well, you've got two ways of doing it. Here's one way. Open it up in version 10, portable. So go here, go to documents, and there it is the second TIFF. Drag it in there. Takes a while. And now I'll just double click that so it's big. And now here, if I OCR, it's very different. Let me get it to the ribbon. And here, if you go to convert and OCR, notice there's no choice. There's just one search image. That's it. So let's do that. Search image. Okay. So now you have your image. If we go back to the classic, you have your image, and now I can just highlight whatever I want. So now I'll go to File, Save As. In my documents, I'll save it here. Save. So now if I go to open it and I go to my documents, there it is. That is the one that we've just edited, and it is now a PDF. And that's it. You know, it's easier to do that because on version 8, this is version 8, what you'd have to do is, I won't do it, but I'll just show you what you have to do if you wanted to do it. You'd have to go to File, and you'd have to go to, Edit, Preferences. Now remember, there's always two ways to find preferences, depending on whether you're on the ribbon view or the other view. This view, you'd have to go File, Preferences, and then you'd have to go to OCR, and you'd have to turn off this, go to Default, Apply, then open up, and then you'd be there. I'll show you what I mean. You go to Default, Apply, OK, and then now if I go Convert, okay, so now you can see I can't highlight this text. And now if I go to OCR, make sure that you click all pages, because it might just OCR the first page. Make sure this is done. We're going to OCR, because I had page 2 and 3 here. So OCR everything, do it. And now if I go to the other way, highlight, I can start highlighting things, and without a stamp, no stamp on it. Now the final thing you have to do is make a launchpad icon for it, right? So what we have to do is go to the apps and look for this automator. Okay, go to the automator, click new, click application, choose, and we go to the one that says get right at the end. So we look for the get at the bottom, the last get, this one, and scroll up until you see the face. There's the face, and drag that in. That's how I remember. Now this is the tricky bit because we want to add the icon to it. To do this, we have to go to our folder, which is invisible, remember. So we go to our Tefl-Dude, and here I can't see the folder. So once again, click Command Shift and the dot. Now the wine folder is open. Now we can see everything. Program files, tracker software, PDF editor, and it's this one. That's the one we want. So add that. And now we simply have to add the open option. Here, open Finder item, and then go to File, Save, and this time we're going to save as Pdf-x version 8. And make sure you're saving it in applications, yeah? So save it in applications, click save, and we can close this out. Let's go to applications, and there they are together, PDF10, PDF8. Now I'm going to show you how to do the icon very quickly. Simply, we need an icon like this one. So we've got one here, but we want it to say 8 on it. So all we do is go to Safari, type in Pdf-xchange. Make sure you type Pdf-xchange with a hyphen and the word icon after it, otherwise it goes to the website. And if you click icon, go to images, and you should find one there that I think Microsoft are connected with it. Let's have a look at this one. Now that's 220, that's no good. This one's 560, that's good. So why don't we right click that, download that, save image as. I want to save it on the desktop. So there, save. And there you can see it on the bottom. Close this out. Now here I just want to add the number 8 to it. So the way we do it, go to the I text. It's in yellow. I've got v.8. And I think we can make that about 145 size. Let's have a look. Now if you can't see these icons or anything, make sure you go here and go markup, and then you'll see this. So there we go. We don't want it yellow, we want it black. And we probably want it 155. There we go, and then I can just move it here. That's quite nice, version 8. Now that won't embed itself until you click away. Click the X, and there you can see it is now embedded. So now I'm going to open it again, move it there, and very quickly go to your apps, right click on the app you want the icon to have, click get info, and over here put them together. Now what you want to do first is right click this and go copy image. Next, click on this once. You might have to click twice. Make sure there's a blue ring around it and go Command V. And then you've got your icon. So now when I go to the apps launcher, there are my two versions, version 8 and version 10. And I can use them side by side. As you will see, there's version 8. Okay, so you could have one version here And then you can open up version 10, and that could be over to the side here. For some reason, version 10 slots nicely when you slam it to the side, but this version doesn't. I don't know why. So you just have to move it physically like this. Version 8, version 10. How cool is that? So I'm just going to close out the wine now. Just quit wine. And notice how I quit wine, it quit that. But this is portable. So it didn't need to really have the wine open at the time. So there you have it, Pdf-xchange 8 with the OCR enhanced. Now you're going to watch how to install wine. If you haven't done that, you're going to see that now. So you can ignore that if you've installed wine. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, and I'll see you on the next video. Install wine. Go to Safari, type in wine GitHub, quickly go to this link here, GCNX, click on that, and the latest one is the one we want. Scroll down to wine staging, not development, staging. That's downloading. Let's quickly go down to our downloads folder. And there you can see it. But before we run it, I just want to show you what happens to your folder system. So here, this is my applications library. I want you to go into users, or a quicker way is just go into this Tefl-Dude house here. And if I click on here, you can see all those folders. But there are hidden folders, and that's where wine is going to be. So click these keys, Command space full stop, but it has to be in a different order. It has to be Command, then space, then full stop. Hold them all down one by one, and then that appears. And you can see we've got our library folder. That's where normally your GarageBand items and Logic Pro items are hidden. And this file here. That's all we've got. Now let's run staging and see what it installs. Okay, that's going to take some time. Now, if for some reason it stops and it blocks, okay, it's installed for us. But if for some reason it blocks here, it might say unable to expand wine staging. What you need to do then is open the terminal, so Command space, type in terminal, open that, and write down, obviously not the percentage because that will be there, but write down CD downloads, press enter, ls, small letters, press enter, and then you have to add this title, but change the name depending on which version you have. We have 11.9, so you need to change that 1 to a 9. And then it will run and you'll be fine. So, back to our version. Now I'm going to click it again and see what appears over there. Now I'm not going to click done yet. I'm going to click Option F1 and that will open up this panel, the system. Go down to Privacy and Security and scroll down, and now when I click done, watch what appears here. It was blocked. We have to open anyway. Click open anyway. Password, and we are done. And you can see, did you see that? Quickly that little folder appeared, ZS sessions. And now you've got this file here, but nothing's going to work. If I type in wine CFG, nothing's going to happen. I won't be able to configure anything because the wine folder has not been yet created. Another thing was created, ZS sessions and ZS history. But in order to bring the wine with its C drive in there, where all the other Windows applications can be installed, you have to run one program. Any program it can be Notepad.exe. I'm going to run a portable version of Pdf-xchange, which works perfectly. That's what this is all about. So close that out and go to Safari. And we're going to open up a new window and type in Pdf-xchange. It's good if you write PDF-exchange, then it will come up with this. Well, it did for me. Go to the downloads, scroll down till you get to the plus version. That's what we want. And here we want the portable version, and it runs a portable version. Later you'll find out why we've got a portable version, and that's because you can only install one version, and I want to install the version 8, which does enhanced OCRing. Amazing. Check the next video for that. Portable version, download. And this is the one that allows OCR. The other one said no OCR, if you noticed. This one will allow us to OCR. Now, it downloaded the whole folder. So if I click on this folder, you'll see everything's there. I don't have to install anything because it's portable. I can just run it right now. But watch the wine folder be created. So I'm going to double click here. And there you go. Wine folder was created. Wait a minute, and then eventually the PDF will pop up, and it will be a lot quicker the next time because everything's sorted. Now remember, if we look back at these folders, here you've got the wine here, and if I double click that, you can see it has a C drive, and that's where our programs will eventually be installed. But what I want you to notice also is, remember here with the wine staging, we couldn't open wine config. Well, now if we double click and we type in wine config, it opens the configuration panel here on the left, and you can change the graphics. You know, if you want to make the resolution higher, lower, you can change other things. You can change the application. Instead of Windows 10, you can Windows Vista, do whatever you like. I've left it here. Everything's fine. And so now let's move on to showing you how to get the best out of the PDF.